The White House posted this photo of President Biden being briefed. You can see him there sitting in an empty room. You can also see the faces of American spies at Langley and at the CIA's Doha, Qatar station, which is unusual. And some social media users have also pointed out the clocks don't match up, showing a 3-hour time difference between London and Moscow when it is only 2 hours right now, as some critics say that Afghanistan's falling should not have been such a surprise to the people in this picture.
Guys, a lot going on today. Obviously, Afghanistan in collapse. Joe Biden is nowhere to be found. All we saw of Joe Biden, who is hiding, who is absent, who is cowardice in the face of surrendering to the Taliban, surrendering our southern border, and surrendering to COVID, is a photo of him alone at Camp David. No one in the room. Joe Biden is sitting there, but sleuths on the internet and Fox News have confirmed that the clocks are wrong in this photo. It's very strange. The clocks aren't showing the correct time difference between London and Moscow, meaning one of two things. Either the photo is an old photo, they recycled a photo, the White House put out a photo that wasn't taken yesterday and claimed it was, or two, the military has the clocks set wrong at Camp David for the commander-in-chief. Both of them are humiliating explanations, but go ahead and watch Fox News dive into this issue. Fox News' White House reporter Peter Doocy saying, this is really, really strange. Watch.
The White House posted this photo of President Biden being briefed. You can see him there sitting in an empty room. You can also see the faces of American spies at Langley and at the CIA's Doha, Qatar station, which is unusual. And some social media users have also pointed out the clocks don't match up, showing a 3-hour time difference between London and Moscow when it is only 2 hours right now, as some critics say that Afghanistan's falling should not have been such a surprise to the people in this picture.
They totally blew this one. They completely underestimated the strength of the Taliban, and yet the State Department, Secretary Blinken, the politicos in the White House wanted to paint this rosy picture that somehow these peace talks in Doha were going to deliver a rabbit out of the hat at the 11th hour. Well, guess what? That didn't happen.
President Biden remains at Camp David until at least Wednesday, unless the schedule changes. Camp David is a place where there can be no public events. Press are not with the president, so we don't expect to see him anytime soon. Back to you.
All right, Peter, we're going to put up, we put up a wrong picture. We're going to put up the correct picture of the president. This is the one the White House put out. It's interesting. You mentioned the time difference. I'm looking at Twitter. Somebody said either Camp David's clocks are wrong or the photos are from before March 28th when London went ahead on daylight savings time, because the time for London and the time for Moscow, it's either 2 or 3 hours, but it's not the correct time for this time zone, right?
Right. It's showing standard time instead of daylight savings time. And it's possible that the clocks at Camp David are just wrong, because this is President Biden's first major international crisis, which is also the same reason that a lot of his critics think that he should be here dealing with it.
Well, and also, if you reach out to Jen Psaki, we're being told that the response comes back in an email that she'll return on Sunday. Is there not someone else in her office that takes over when she goes on vacation?
Yeah, they have a whole big press staff, and I'm sure this week they're going to have their hands full. But there are many others who work with Jen who we hope to hear from many times this week, because we have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Put on your mask, go over to the White House, knock on some doors, get some answers. Thank you.
Will do.
All right.